Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. Happy anniversary everyone! It's actually finally been a year since the game released as of today, so what I decided to do was log in right at reset and give you a tour of everything with the anniversary. This was my first time seeing everything, so of course had to download a little bit of data so that we could get the anniversary goodness like the backgrounds, the new music, and so on. But I'm just going to walk you through in this video what I did the first day, or the first few hours of the anniversary, I guess I should say, where I went, what types of things I read, the voice lines that I listened to, and as well as some of the details that I noticed that we didn't necessarily know going into today. So, of course, a couple of the big ones that many of you are probably aware of by now are that there's actually additional endeavors right now, under limited endeavors, as part of a second catch-up campaign. That has some really good rewards under it. But here we go. First up, I got my daily bonus. Extra skip tickets is something new, so I got 10 instead of the 3 that we normally get. Pretty cool that we get our daily bonus as normal in addition to the first anniversary bonus. And since this was the first day, I got my 5,000 Wormite, but I'm looking forward to mini-mids on the second day. Then we get our trailer here of the Gala Dragalia that's happening right now. This one features Gala Euden, but I should note, we do know more information now about the second part of the gala, or the second gala, that's going to start after 5 days. So you should be aware, even though it's showing Mim and Gala Cleo there, it's really only Euden who is on focus. So yeah, I logged in and got to see a huge cake with everybody on top of it. When you first log in for a day, it usually shows all of the news, so I go through that typically at the beginning of every day. So I kind of flipped through here, saw that there's a new chapter of Dragalia Life. Void battle schedule was updated. That's basically to reflect the fact that the endeavors have ended. But then, this came out of nowhere, more levels in the Mercurial Gauntlet. And I looked at this first, saw that they had expanded the rewards for clearing all elements up to 50, and my initial thought was, oh, they're just preparing so that eventually when they release the Shadow Gauntlet, we will have the list of endeavors. And there were some really good things here. There's over 100, almost 200, I want to say, consecrated water. There's Damascus ingots, a sunstone, 4 champions testaments. But then, come to find out, they actually released the Shadow Gauntlet today. So that's something I'm going to be taking a look at in the next couple days. I expect it to be a lot easier than the Light Gauntlet, honestly, because the data mined HP for Roy is fairly low. So I'm expecting to be able to use a similar team and be able to clear 50, and I'll bring that to you when I do. Then I just showed something about the version update, but I'll probably have to make a separate video to talk all about the version update. Here are the shop packs, kind of peruse through this just to see if there were any extra details, but this particular notice doesn't contain the prices, so we'll take a look at those in a second. Then, of course, the Platinum Showcase announcement. One thing I didn't make super clear in my summoning guide or summoning review was the Platinum is random. You can't pick who you're getting, and there wasn't actually a dream summon this time around for the anniversary, so do be aware of that. You can't pick, and you might not know that going in. So here's where we get the news drop, though, of the second part of the gala, that it's actually going to be a 0.8% rate shared for all 4 of the past gala units. So each of them is going to have a 0.2% base rate. That is still higher appearance chance than on Gala Euden Showcase, though. On Gala Euden Showcase, they're starting at 0.065%. So they're going to start at 0.2%, which is better, but it's still not extremely lucrative. There, I just sort of flipped through the first anniversary lines, and first anniversary events, rather, so you could kind of see those. I wanted to see what those links went to, and I saw that it kind of went back there. As for how that changes the math on the gala, Basically on Eudens, you have a better chance of getting other random off-focus adventurers if that's something that appeals to you. Like, say you have all past 4 Gala characters. You definitely want to go on Gala Eudens in terms of value, just because you're going to diversify the types of 5 stars you could be getting and could get some random off-focus 5 stars that are good. Here I'm just pausing to take in the really nice 3D background that they worked on. Once I got to the interior, I decided that was enough, so I want to collect my login bonus, and I find there's actually a tenfold voucher here, which surprised me. I think that tenfold voucher is a gift for the version update, because whenever there's a version update, we do get a tenfold typically. So it was pretty cool to collect that. Then I wanted to see what's going on with the anniversary packs. I love the splash art they created, and I noticed Nina's actually wearing a new outfit. So as far as the pricing goes, $4 was right on the mark with the Champions pack. It's a great way to pick up a Testament for cheap. The upgrade pack is more expensive. It is $25, and so are the packs where you get a guaranteed voucher. The thing about the voucher is, just like the Platinum, it is random what you get. However, I did look at the Dragon voucher. That is going to include a lot of recent dragons who are very powerful. It includes the likes of Shinobi, so it is pretty good. You can get quite a lot of different dragons from that. I would say that's a little better value than I anticipated. Then I wanted to check out the item summon, since we do get 6 of those every day now. And they said the items are supposed to get better in these, and honestly, they are a lot better. You know, we're getting lots of consecrated water from this. I didn't really show it off much here because I'm not playing quests in this video, but we're also getting a lot of consecrated water, some wormite, lots of honeys, basically just a ton of resources from the catch-up campaign. One of the endeavors on that is to unbind mana circles on a character, which could be hard if you don't have any new adventurers and you've maxed out the rest of your barracks. However, if you can do that and complete that chain, it does also lead to 3 Champions Testaments. So between the login bonus, the new Mercurial Gauntlet rewards, and the catch-up campaign, there's 10 Champions Testaments available right now. Besides that, you know, with the login bonus Sunlight Stone and the 2 that have come out with the Shadow Gauntlet, that's 3 Sunlight Stones. So this is a great time to stockpile really valuable resources. Then I decided to take a look at my team, since I knew that these characters had anniversary lines. What I didn't expect, or wasn't sure of, but hoped for, was actually that not just the main characters have anniversary voice lines, it seems like all adventurers have them. So I switched to Eleonora and got to listen to her voice line, of course. Right now I'm using the English audio for this very purpose. I often play with the Japanese audio, and you can hear, of course, the music is still in Japanese, the anniversary music, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to listen to that a lot, but also have to take in some of the other music. But from what it sounds like, Cinderella Step and the other tracks we have will still be here after the anniversary. They're just part of the version update. So I had picked some of my favorite characters to play their voiced lines, and eventually I'll go through my entire roster and probably listen to all of them. I went to the castle grounds here just thinking, I wonder if there's anything special happening in the Halidom for the anniversary. And no, doesn't really look like it. I got a little bit of slowdown here, which kind of happens sometimes when I'm recording, but that usually runs a lot better when I'm not recording, so I don't want to blame Dragalia Lost too much for that. You can see though that my Halidom up there is producing honey tea, which is part of the version update. Here's kind of a check-in so you can see the honey tea limit. It takes about 3 days to fill up. And also so you can see the progress on my facilities. I do like this castle information view. It's something I often forget exists, but it is a good check-in. And one of the things that you also get a ton of that's been added to the normal endeavors as of the update and the anniversary is hustle hammers. There are actually a ton that you can receive just by collecting rupees and dragon fruit from your facilities, which is all the more reason to try to focus on getting your dragon trees and your rupee mines to a high level as a priority, because they are production facilities. They are giving you continuous rewards, And not only that, but you can use them to get those hustle hammers. So that was pretty cool that those are available in abundance. I thought those might be more coveted and more limited, and I felt like I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to spin them right away. Right now I'm kind of resource constrained to the point that I don't have that many resources to where it would really benefit me to use a hustle hammer, because even if I sped up one build time, I wouldn't be able to have the materials needed for the next level. So I'm kind of hoarding them. Where I think they could come in handy is to work on facility events sooner and build up your facility quickly. I've never suggested using Wormite to expedite build times, but hustle hammers are a way around that, which is great. You don't waste any Wormite. You can use them productively to try to clear content sooner or work on the harder challenges like the master difficulty battles that have better drops sooner. Finally, I'm going back to my endeavors just to collect my daily bonuses, and I wanted to see if there was anything special. I did notice there was something under the normal page, which was kind of unusual, but here I'm basically accepting all and got a little bit of slowdown once again, but that's where I found all those hustle hammers starting to appear. And I also saw that, hey, there are some endeavors here for the Mercurial Gauntlet and for Adventurer and Wormprint augments, since another change with the version update was to increase the total amount of augments that you can apply to Wormprints and Adventurers. So that's probably going to be much needed as some of the more long-term changes start to roll out that were presented as part of the Dragalia Digest last week. Some of those with the speed runs and the expert and master difficulties of High Dragon Trials, I do think are going to warrant a lot of investment, and things like more augments, maybe those new weapons that should come out as a result of those High Dragon difficulties will also be a way to power up our adventurers. And of course, the 6th mana circles that are also on the way will be very interesting. I'm still wondering how they're going to roll that out. In any case, it's getting kind of long into the tour here, so at this point, I was pretty close to wanting to do my free summon, and that's how I'm going to close off the video, is with my free tenfold. I did want to take a peek at the platinum and the appearance rates on the normal, just so that I could see, and yes, on the platinum it's basically split evenly among all 5. As for the showcase itself, there you can see Gala Prince is at 0.5%, and you can see how the other Gala characters are at 0.065. So as for showcase info, no real extra details there, but I do want to check it out and remind you that on Gala showcases, you only need 60 summons to guarantee yourself a 5-star. On normal showcases, that's 100, but on Gala, you can see it there, it's only 60. So basically, if you get to a point at the end of your 50 free summons on this first part of the Gala that you haven't hit a 5-star, it's probably going to be worth it if you have the Wormite available, because within 60, you're guaranteed to get a 5-star. So you could keep summoning and try to break your pity rate. But here we go with my actual summoning. To close out the video, I was pretty hyped. I got a 5-star from this, and lo and behold, you're not gonna believe it, but it was a sword. So pretty much at this point, I'm hoping it's Gala Euden, but there is always Yaten, who I don't have. So Yaten is my other hope. I also don't have Summer Celiera, but of course it's a duplicate. It ended up being Leia. She's a recent addition to my roster. I haven't had a chance to show her off much since I just got her recently on a daily deal on her showcase. But not a bad way to start things off with a free 5-star, a lot of Eldwater from the circle. That's basically what everything here amounts to for me, is just Eldwater, but I will take it, I'll appreciate it. It'll let me build out my Gala Euden whenever I do actually happen to summon him. But everyone, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my first look and brief discussion of the anniversary, going in, just checking everything out, looking at the background, looking at the artwork, hearing some of the voice lines, noticing the changes with the version update. You'll see on my daily deal, I didn't really get anything too special either. These don't have a real purpose increasing pity rate this time around. They're just a bargain summon, so don't stress about optimization with your daily deals. But once again, that's going to do it for this video, everyone. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great anniversary. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time.